Hi there, I'm Zara from the Corporate Communications team at Here Technologies. And with me today is Lynne Schneider, Research Director at IDC. And Lynne, you cover location at IDC, and especially from the perspective of the enterprise buyer. So from your perspective, how mature would you say the average enterprise is in utilizing location data in their business?
Yeah, so I think that what we find is nearly every business has location data, but as you might imagine, they're not all very good at using it. About a year and a half ago, we did a study benchmarking maturity with using location and geospatial, and on a 5-point scale, with 1 being absolutely naive and 5 being a master, the average score was about 2.3. Of course, there are a small cadre of enterprises who are very mature, but most rate themselves about a 2 out of 5.
Where do you see sort of the major shifts or changes within 2024, over the last year?
In a different study, we asked people about sourcing data with location attributes, and 80% of enterprises said they were out there looking for some data. But it was only 13% who said, oh, that's more than half of what we're looking for. So what we're seeing is adoption on almost an industry by industry level. Of course, people who've worked in logistics, right, and people affiliated with supply chain, for the most part, have been familiar with location data. Retail as well, although not as mature as you might think, but the pockets of development that we're seeing are around resources and construction. We're seeing people in the financial industries make greater use of a sense of place and location, and then also manufacturing in general.
And are there any particular use cases that you think will increase in adoption over the next 12 to 18 months?
One thing that I think is top of mind being based here in the US is there's been a lot of talk about tariffs and sourcing. So obviously the purchasing and procurement functions, we expect them to be getting a lot more expert about understanding where things are coming from, where they're transiting to, and even on those supply chain routes, what are the risks entailed in sourcing and delivering goods from different locations. The interesting opportunities, in addition to that kind of business imperative, we're seeing more and more use in economic analysis. That also has come up in our survey data. Specialized analytical functions, right? They might have done general business intelligence statistics in the past. Now they've added time, they're layering on place. And another big area of opportunity has to do with healthcare, the delivery, the accessibility, and of course, sustainability, which continues to be a high-level issue for enterprises across the world.
And based on all of this, what would you say is your number one prediction for 2025?
Number one prediction. I think it's just more. I keep waiting for that breakthrough year where this isn't just the realm of specialists, but is more accepted by general data scientists, general analytical folks. And I always see, little bright spots out there. But I think some of those industries that I mentioned before, both financial services, because they're looking at additional risks, and the focus on supply chain, purchasing, and procurement, I think will lead to much higher adoption this year.
Lynne, thank you so much for all the insights. Really appreciate you being here today. And thank you for tuning in.